Welcome everybody back for another awesome race weekend here at Long Beach with the Pro 4 trucks. Tonight I'm joined with Jay in the booth. Jay, how you doing tonight?
Oh man, we're back for some more Nexus sim racing. Best Irish is a business. Pro 4 trucks, the jumpy trucks as the drivers like to call them. This time on an asphalt type track, road course, Long Beach. Super excited for it.
Yes, absolutely. A street course, if you may say, something that you don't see a lot. We're going to be doing it here tonight with the Nexus Sim Racing League. We're going to be watching these guys go 10 laps in a heat and 10 laps in the feature. Real quick, though, let's pull up some race info to give you guys. We are at, again, Long Beach, track length, 1.95 miles. We got 110 degree track temp right now, altitude 10 feet. We got 68 degree ambient day, 54% humidity, cloudy skies with a 6-mile-an-hour wind. We are located in Long Beach, California. 11 turns, and it's all with the Pro 4 trucks. We are getting straight into qualifying here. We're seeing everybody take to the track at the moment. Gregory Shaw, or excuse me, that's Stephen Downton leading the group out. Jay, what are we expecting tonight? Really, like, let's just. This is just crazy. We're taking these jumpy trucks and we're taking it on a street course. What do we expect tonight?
I think we're expecting a little bit of craziness here at the start, especially. I mean, these guys, we're watching practice here just a little bit ago. These guys were using up the whole track. I mean, they were getting outside, inside wall, pinballing around. This is going to be wild. I think these guys are going to have to navigate this track. Very technical, a lot of 90-degree turns, a little bit of elevation change. I think it's going to be wild. I think it's going to be exciting to watch, and these guys are going to be pushing each other to the limits to get across that finish line first.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, these trucks, they got really tall tires, really soft suspension. They're not running a lot of air pressure in them, in the tires, so you know they got a lot of squish factor with the tires as well. As you can see, Steven coming through the corners right now, just really getting sideways, trying to get as much oversteer as he can. That these trucks they all look like they got a lot of understeer to them. As you can see, just the wheel input that Steven had going through that last corner, coming down the front straightaway now to get his first timed lap. Let's see what Steven can do at the beginning here.
He's coming through the big swooping front straightaway here. He's going to head towards turn 1. And then around the fountain. I mean, this is one of the most iconic turns in all of racing right here, coming through the fountain this time. Watch this. Very technical part of the track.
Getting into the grass a little bit there, trying to gain an advantage wherever he can. Does a great job getting through that set of very difficult corners, especially with the speed that they're carrying. As now you can see Steven coming down out of turn 4 and going into turn 5 now. This corner right here, I saw a lot of people nick the wall right there. He narrowly misses it. And now going up the hill and back down, and he'll be turning on to the back straightaway now. He does a very good job getting really close to the wall and just maximizing his track space there, getting all the real estate he can.
Yes, here's another one of these 90-degree turns, Firestone turn. He's going to go dive it through here, and then he's going to head around to Indy turn. Big swooping left-hander, and then going through this big hairpin type turn. This very difficult, setting up for the front stretch. See what he can do this time by. First lap here on the board.
Coming down the front straightaway now, he's going to be crossing the start-finish line. Right then and there. He gets a 132.1. Here's Brad Haldane. Let's see what he can do. Coming across the start-finish line. He's got that 132.1 to beat. Invalid lap time for him. Here comes Tim Henderson. Matt Yost. Matt Yost coming as well. We'll see what he can do. Matt Yost pulls a 136. Nothing for Tim Henderson. Here comes Gregory Shaw coming through the last set of corners into the hairpin that goes straight into the front straightaway. A little bit of a mishap there. He's going to try to get a lot of speed coming down this front straightaway to kind of set up for his second lap. All right, Jay, who do you got your eyes on for tonight?
Oh man, there's such a great field of cars here. I mean, I feel like anybody can win this race, especially with the challenges we've seen. Can we see Tim Henderson go 3 in a row? I don't know. I'm kind of looking over here at the 09 car, Stephen Doughton, actually. I think he's going to win it tonight. I have a good feeling about this. He's got his thing hooked up, really getting around this track well. Maybe he gets the job done tonight.
It's a great choice. Currently our provisional pole sitter. Speaking of Tim Henderson here, he does a great job capitalizing on everybody else's mistakes. And it really shows. He won the 2 opening races here. But, unfortunately for Tim, I'm going to have to go with the 45 car here, Gregory Shaw. He's actually a very good road course racer. I think that with the experience that he has on road courses, it's going to really play into his favor here. If he can get a clean lap in and then try to get himself a good position for the heat, he may be able to take a heat and a race win away.
Yeah, that's something we haven't seen yet this season. Someone sweep both the heat and the main. So could we see it tonight? A little bit of change of strategies. He gets a great run here off the final turn. It's coming across the line this time. See if he can take the top spot on the board.
Crossing the start finish line now. Let's see if he gets on the board. He does with a 132.4. 2/10, almost 3/10 slower than Steven. Steven putting down a flyer at the moment.
Yeah, that looks about comparable with what we saw quick time in practice, about a 132. Be a tough lap time to beat for anybody else trying to contend for it.
We'll see if Steven can improve that lap time now, coming through the final corners into the hairpin. There's Brad Haldane right in front of him. He's trying to put a lap down as well. See what kind of lap time he can put up. He's pretty quick in practice too. Steven not being able to post a lap time there, nor Brad Haldane. We got Matt Yost coming through the final corner right now. Let's see if Matt Yost can improve on that time.
He did improve, just not good enough to take the top spot, as Tim Henderson finally got a lap up on the board. Just a little slower than Matt Yost on that lap. These guys might have a chance for one more here before we end this session, so see what they can do. Get one last little ditch effort for the pole.
Absolutely. Let's see what Brad Haldane can do. He's coming down the back straightaway now. He's trying to get a lap up. About a minute and a half left in qualifying. Maybe feeling a little bit of that pressure at the moment. Got Stephen Doughton right behind him. See what Brad can do now coming off the final corner. Stephen pulls it on into the pits. Crossing the start finish line now for Brad. Anything for Brad. Does not get a lap time that time around. See what Matt Yost can do. Brad's got one more chance to post a lap time. Here comes Matt Yost down the front straightaway. Crossing the start finish line now. Matt Yost does not improve. Gregory Shaw coming through the final corner now. Let's see what he can do. Trying to get that truck turned. Oh, makes a little contact with the wall, and that's over for him. Here comes Brad Haldane. Look at those rear brakes on that truck there. Just glowing red. Using lots of brakes coming through these corners. We'll see if it plays out for him. Coming down the back straightaway. He's running out of time. They might be able to let him put this lap in. Nope. Checker flag waved. Brad did not get to put in a time there. And we're going to go into Heat 1. Waiting for these guys to hit the track. Here we go. Tim Henderson being the first one. So, Stephen Downton wins pole. He'll be P1 for the heat race. Congratulations to Stephen there. Stephen's going to be leading this field down into turn 1. Turn 1's about to get real sketchy real quick for these drivers. We'll see how they do. A standing start we will see, as we normally see with these guys. And as we're ending the gridding time, Heat 1 will commence here. You can hear these guys getting ready. Oh, we got a little jump out of Brad there. Brad's gonna have to serve a black flag for that. That's not good news again for that 1-1-3 machine of Brad Haldane, but we got a battle for the lead early on. That's Stephen Downton, Gregory Shaw going side by side now. Going into turn 1, they got Tim Henderson behind him as well as Matt Yost. This is where it gets sketchy. Matt Yost dives it in on the bottom. He hits Stephen Downton going into turn 1, but it's not going to mean much. Stephen Downton holding on to this lead going through the carousel.
Wow, as they clear it out here before they get into the carousel, that would have been a bad situation going side by side through there. Stephen Downton leads about a car length over Gregory Shaw. Matt Yost, he's got the whole train of cars behind him. Here comes Tim Henderson and Brad Haldane trying to find their way around us. We're going to go side by side here. Brad Haldane looking to the outside of Tim Henderson as we head into this corner here. Stephen Downton still continues to lead here lap 1.
We might have a little bit of side-by-side action now for the lead. Tim Henderson on his side. He gets it corrected on all four wheels again. And going through this corner, go back down the back straightaway. Gregory Shaw set himself up for a great run going down this, and he is all over the rear bumper of Stephen Downton. Now they are side by side, and they're coming into this next corner where Gregory Shaw is going to get the advantage, and Stephen Downton's going to try the crossover move. They're side by side again now, coming through the final corners of this lap.
Down through the Indy turn left into the final little hairpin here. Gregory Shaw is leading as Stephen Downton gets a great run. He's going to try and set it on the inside. He's not going to make it happen. Gregory Shaw is going to take the lead. He's going to lead lap 1 as Brad Haldane's having all kinds of trouble. He's got to serve that pass through for that restart violation. Gregory Shaw leads lap 1.
Gregory Shaw continuing to lead this race. That last time by a 138.9, even with a standing start, pretty good. 45 going into turn 1 now. He's still got Stephen Downton all over his bumper. Ooh, almost contact made there. Stephen Downton very strong through these set of corners. Coming around the fountain now. Stephen's looking to the inside of the 45. It's not going to happen there, but the 45 is holding very strong on a P1, and the 09 going on the offensive right now all over the rear bumper of Gregory Shaw.
Oh, Gregory Shaw grabs a wall there. He's going to lose a little bit of time here to Stephen Downton. Stephen Downton is super aggressive here on the brakes. He gets into the wall back there. He's going to send it in on this left-hander. Oh, Gregory Shaw goes real wide, leaves a lot of room We're going to go into Kate turn. Can he get a run here? Send him up for Seaside Way.
Oh, he's upside down! Clip the tire barrier, and it is over for the 09 car. Gregory Shaw is going to continue to lead this race. He's got a huge lead.
Yeah, he's got a massive lead now as Steven Down. It looked like he was still upside down back there. They're losing a ton of time. Matt Yost is now moved up to P2. Henderson up to P3. Steven Down finally back on his wheels back there. You can see him right there on the exit of TK turn, heading down Seaside Way, down the backstretch. See if he can recover. He's got a lot of ground to make up now as he's going to slide through the turn, almost into the tire barrier. He's going to continue on.
Here's a feel-good story right now. Matt Yost continuing on in P2. He does have Tim Henderson behind him. Almost three and a 3/4 of a second behind Matt Yost is Tim Henderson. Matt Yost continuing on in P2, doing a great job there.
As we're lap 3 going into turn 1 here for Matt Yost. He's got a 13.8 second deficit to your leader, Gregory Shaw. Going to go around the fountain, grab a little bit of that grass there in the turn, in the middle of the turn. He's going to head over here into this hard right-hander. A lot of 90-degree turns on this track. Very, very difficult. Using a lot of brakes. Look at him rotate the center. He's going to get right. Oh, he had to let off the gas for running into the tire barrier. As he continues on here in P2.
Well, Matt Yost holding very well onto that P2 position now, but this puts in, you know, a comeback run for that 09 car. Brad Haldane back there, too. You can just see him just getting all sorts of sideways coming through them corners. But Steven Downton on his comeback tour right now as he tries to hunt down Tim Henderson.
Yes, Brad Haldane's only 32 seconds off the lead, having to make that pass through and start at tail of the field. So good recovery for him. Got the world to gain in front of him. Only 8 seconds behind a podium position here in the heat race. He's going to charge down this backstretch. Going to see if he can run them down. Maybe move himself up into a podium position. As he's getting heavy on the brakes, sliding into this corner. He's going to carry that momentum here through Indy left and then up into the hairpin and then set up for that front stretch.
Gregory Shaw just put down a 132.2. That man is flying right now. This would be honestly a great opportunity right here, Jay, to just go on board and see what Gregory Shaw is seeing. Let's go on board with the Dega Boys cam.
Yes, he's going to get real heavy on the brakes into the left-hander, try to use up as much track as he can on exit, control that wheel spin. He's going to set up here for this little downhill right-hander. Nice and gentle on the brakes. What a drive. Now set up for the backstretch. He's got a lot of control in this car. It's handling extremely well right now.
Coming down the back straightaway now. Let's see how he takes this turn. Going in. Hits the brakes real early. Apex real large. He tries to get the truck a little sideways there. He must be experiencing a little bit of an understeer situation, and into the hairpin he goes. Lots of wheel input for this 45 machine and onto the front straightaway.
Yeah, that's a lap around here at Long Beaches. Now we got a battle here side by side between Tim Henderson and Steven Down. He's gone by Tim Henderson. He is on a comeback tour of a lifetime right now. He's going to get a little bit of wall contact there. Tim Henderson is going to give him everything he can handle here through Indy left into the hairpin. Can he set him up here, get a good run off? Oh, he grabs a lot of wall. He's going to lose a lot of time to Steven Down here.
Steven Downton now holding on to that P3 position. Let's see what kind of lap time he can put down here. It's got to be pretty fast. That 132.7. Very fast. He was faster than the leader. Fastest truck on track. Steven Downton, the potential that this car had at the beginning of this race, unfortunately, clipping the tire barrier and landing on his roof. Not much he could do about that now. But he is sure putting in a great effort to go and try to get as many positions as he can. Next one in front of him, Matt Yost.
He's got to be thinking what could have been with the pace that he has in this car, putting together great lap times. He's closing that gap to Matt Yost, just pulling away from Tim Henderson. These guys are all real close. I mean, it's anybody's race here for these podium positions. As Matt Yost is up there about 4.5 seconds ahead of Steven Dowden. He's going to send it in here on the hard downhill right-hander into Kate Corner and set up for Seaside Way down the backstretch. Can he run down Matt Yost for P2? He's got 6 laps to do it.
I think he can, Jay. At this point in time, he's almost 2.5 seconds quicker per lap than Matt Yost. So we might be seeing a very good battle for P2 here very, very soon. As Steven Dowden now coming into the final corner, you can already see Matt Yost right there. We'll see what kind of lap times these guys can pull now. With all this clean air that Steven has, he's got to be pulling something pretty well. Matt Yost at 135.5, Steven Dowden at 133.3. So he's flying, man. 2.2 seconds quicker.
Yeah, now he's getting into the part of the track where he's the best here, this first half of the track. He's real aggressive on the brakes, and he gets through this carousel around the fountain just extremely well. He uses a lot of grass. He's going to carry that momentum through. He can see Matt Yost now. He's close enough to striking distance. If Matt Yost makes a mistake, Steven Dowden will be there to pounce. He's going to carry this momentum through this right-hander. He sees him in front of him. Like you would say, it's a juicy steak there out in front of him. Can he go get it?
Coming through this wide and open turn now, he elects to go real wide on it. Trying to get as much speed as he can through that corner and onto the back straightaway he goes. He's got Matt Yost right in his sights. He grabs a little wall contact there through the apex of the corner, but nonetheless has that speed now. I mean, he's a second. He's within a second. This is what Steven needed to get back to that P2 position. Gregory Shaw, though, had a little bit of an issue last lap. A 135 flat he pulled last time by. Steven has an opportunity to pounce on that. Let's see what kind of a lap time he pulls as he closes up to the 70 truck.
Yeah, as they're crossing the line now, Matt Yost, wait for the lap times. Matt Yost runs a 134.8 and Steven Dowden runs a 132.5. 2 seconds quicker than the 70 cars. He's going to get back into his favorite part of the track. Gets real hard on the brakes, carries the momentum through. We're going to go around the fountain. Matt Yost is going to continue to hold this advantage. Steven's going to grab a lot of grass there. He's there now. He's going to look to the inside. He's going to maybe give him a little bit of bumper business here to the right-hander. Steven makes some wall contact. He's going to lose some time. Can he cover this 70 car off here and get this position back?
A little bit more wall contact for that 09 truck. It doesn't seem to phase him much, though. He's got a lot of speed. More wall contact as he's now going through this wide and open corner up the hill that he is searching for the 70 car. As he's now coming through the turn that goes down the back straightaway. Again, almost in the same position as he was last time by. Matt Yost might be turning up the heat a little bit.
Yeah, he knows that position's right there. He's just got to maintain his pace. He can't lose any more time here to Steven Dowden, and Steven Dowden is going to charge. He's going to use a lot of wheel spin there. Just slid that thing off the corner. He's going to roll through this left-hander, setting up for the hairpin. This is a great position to make up time, controlling that wheel spin on corner exit. Matt Yost going to grab a little bit of wall there, it looked like. Steven Dowden did not gain enough time here to set him up for the turn one. We'll see what kind of lap times they put down this time.
Very similar. Very similar. Maybe Matt Yost trying to put up a little competition there. Just a little side note, Brad Haldane did get by Tim Henderson. Tim Henderson had a little bit of trouble there. Nonetheless, Brad Haldane up into P4. Steven Dowden still working over Matt Yost now, coming through the fountain section, using up as much real estate as he can. And now coming through these very tight corners. Steven Dowden all over the rear bumper of Matt Yost. And now coming through these corners, Steven Dowden, he is there. He might make a move now.
As we're going to go uphill and then we're going to go downhill. Oh, as Steven Dowden got real aggressive on the brakes. Hard left-hander up here, uphill. We're going to go downhill. Can he get him here into the hard left-hander? He's going to send it in on the brakes. He gets a lot of wheel spin. He's not going to be able to make it happen. Oh, and he can't carry the momentum off the corner. Matt Yost is actually going to leg him down the backstretch. He's going to have another opportunity here into this corner. Can he make it happen?
Coming through 8, 9, 10, and 11 right here. Steven Downton looking all over the rear bumper of the 70 car. Matt Yost once again. Let's see if he can make something happen here. This hairpin is his opportunity to get a good run coming down the front straightaway. He gets it. He's side by side. No, he loses it. Matt Yost getting a great exit off of that hairpin. The last corner of this track and coming across the start-finish line now. Matt Yost has proven very hard to pass. A 134 for Matt and a 133 for Steven. These guys very close in lap times. Brad Haldane closing the gap just a little bit as Steven Downton and Matt Yost goes through turn 1 now.
Yeah, Steven Downton's running out of time. He's got 2 laps to go. This is where he's been the best all night long, is through this first part of the track. He's going to carry a lot of momentum through that little carousel, give the bumper business again to Matt Yost, just not close enough. And maybe he's too close to make a charge to the inside with these tight right-hand 90-degree and left-hand 90-degree turns over here in this part of the track. Can he set something up here into this hard left-hander? He's going to get real heavy on the brakes again, not able to close that gap. Matt Yost, he is just extremely difficult to pass for Steven Downton. Into the downhill is now, he is going to get right there, 1 car length. Oh, Matt Yost takes the defensive line, but Steven's going to get a great run here. Can he tow behind him and set him up for this next turn?
Again, going to be coming through 8, 9, 10, 11. We'll see what Steven can do. Side by side now. He's going to try to take that position. Matt Yost fights very hard on the outside. And Steven Downton now going ahead and rolling away with it a little bit. Here comes Matt Yost back on the outside. He's going to take it back to the inside. These guys crossing and Steven Downton sliding, making contact with the wall. Matt Yost holds on to P2.
What a crossover move by Matt Yost. What a move. iRacing top 10 move of the week. I mean, how did he do that? He came right back at Steven Downton. Now, Steven Downton, we're on the white flag lap. One more time around here in the heat race. Can he make it happen? Down into turn 1, he's going to get a lot of wheel spin. We're going to set up for the carousel. Around the chicane. Oh, he's going to bump into the back of Matt Yost. He's going to lose some time here. Matt Yost is being very aggressive on the brakes in defense of the 09 truck. And he's going to clear. He's going to continue to hold off for P2.
Steven Downton, though, giving him the bumper business left and right. It's not really helping him, though. It's making him slower as they're side by side now coming into this wide swooping corner. Little contact with the wall there with Steven. It doesn't matter much. Matt Yost, he takes that position back. He is in P2. He's holding on strong.
Wow, this battle continues to rage on. Steven sideways. Wow, as we're going to come across the front stretch, Gregory Scholl and put on a clinic to win this heat race. He takes it sideways, just showing off a little bit here. Now back to the battle here for P2 on the final lap. Steven Downton's going to send it in. He's got only 3 more turns to make it happen through Indy left and then off the chicane. Let's see if he can make it happen.
A real tight battle here. You can see Brad Haldane's in this mix now, too. Here comes Steven Downton to the inside. They're banging doors. Matt Yost is all over the freaking car of Steven Downton. Here comes Brad Haldane. Side by side with Matt Yost. He's going to lose that position, too. That's your top 3. Gregory Scholl, Steven Downton, and Brad Haldane. Brad Haldane capitalizing on that final lap. Wow.
Wow, what racing. Matt Yost from P2 to P4 on the final 2 turns. Heartbreaker for him, but great recovery for Brad Haldane. Had to make a pass-through penalty with that restart violation and comes home P3. Unbelievable.
What a battle we just witnessed there, Jay. Let's go ahead and bring down Gregory Scholl to congratulate him on his heat win. Hey, Greg, this is Thomas and Jay in the booth. You got a copy?
Loud and clear, boys.
Hey, congratulations on your heat win. It kind of looked like you got a little bit of a competition there with Steven. And then Steven made a little mistake there, and you just drove on with this clinic you just did. Tell us a little bit about your race and what it was like battling Steven there for a little bit.
Yeah, Steven had us on pole, and that was, that was fun. And I don't know what happened. I think the engineer said that he hit the tire barrier or something, and next thing I knew, I had a pretty good lead, so we were trying to do different lines and such, and didn't work out. That's why you saw probably some various 35 times, 34 times trying to figure out some lines. And I think now we're starting in the back, so we're gonna hopefully get through and see what we can do here.
Absolutely, a great performance you put on. I mean, you're pulling 132 flats there, really quick times. We'll see. In this final or in this feature race, do you got to be pretty confident, right?
Steven's got a truck that can match us, so we'll see. It's just getting through traffic. I think he finished second or third, so he should be starting close to us. If we can get the jump like we got off the line last race, we should be right there with them, and it's just working our way through these other trucks.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on your heat win here. Jay, that's all I got for Greg. What do you got for him?
Yeah, so we've seen so far this season, nobody has been able to win the heat and the feature race. Can you break that trend, and what's your strategy? Because we know how difficult it is to pass, that we noticed here in this heat race.
Yeah, Long Beach definitely isn't made for these big trucks. I mean, it is and it isn't. You have very few passing zones in that. So we're going to see what we can do. We've got a set just for this. We're changing setups, so we'll see here. But we're going to definitely able to brake a little bit heavier than Steven, hopefully. So.
Well, there you have it. This is going to be fun to watch you come in from the back of this race. Who do you have to thank real quick for your great performance there in the heat race?
All the guys at Limitless, we got some guys working on the truck today with me. Sheets, big shout out to them for actually being on the truck. Rave, Get Wet, and Hilton, main guys there that have been helping us throughout all these seasons here.
Alrighty, well, good luck in the feature. We'll be watching. See if you can get her done.
All right, that was Gregory. Jay, what are we expecting now? We saw the good trucks there. We saw mayhem on the final lap there. What an insane finish to that heat race there. What do we expect with the feature though?
I think we expect exactly what we just saw at the end of that heat race. I mean, that was wild. I think that this restart's going to be crucial. We got your two fastest guys all day, the 09 and the 45 starting in the back. Brad Haldane turned up at the end of that race. If he doesn't have any restart violation, doesn't have to make a pass through, can he be a contender? And Matt Yost, he was figuring that thing out. Maybe he's got a little bit of redemption. Maybe not make a mistake there in that final turn. He was proving to be really difficult to pass. I think this is going to get wild. I think it's going to be a little bit of survival into turn one and through around the fountain for that first time and seeing if you can get through there clean and get a good lead and then maintain it.
Absolutely. Real quick, we got Ryan in the chat. Hell yeah, Digga Boys with the awesome play-by-play. Thank you, sir. We appreciate that. We try our best here at the Digga Boys broadcasting channel. We're going to be wrapping up warm-up here, but real quick, Jay, I just got one question for you. Can Greg do it? Yes or no?
I think he can. I mean, he's got all the momentum. I mean, they've got that truck figured out. I think we're going to see him make a hard charge to the front of this field.
Absolutely. It's going to be a great race. We're going to watch Greg come from the back and try to win this race as well. We'll see if he's got anything for the competition in front of him. But we also did hear him say maybe a little bit of a setup change. If you know he's doing it, others are probably doing it too. So maybe seeing a little bit of a mix-up there. I don't know. We're about to find out, though. Warm-up's wrapping up, and we're going to go racing once again. With all these guys lined up, we'll do the grid real quick. On pole is not me, but on pole is Tim Henderson in the number 20 truck with Matt Yost in the number 70 truck starting P2.
Starting P3 is Brad Haldane in that 113 with Steven Doughton in the 09 starting P5.
Rounding out the field tonight is Gregory Shaw in that 45 truck. We'll see what he can do here. Let's go ahead and try and get a good shot here for these guys to start this race. Oh, we got a jump out of Steven Downton there. That is not what he needed. Tim Henderson now. Everybody jumping off the line. Tim Henderson going to be leading this field down the front straightaway and into turn 1. Not a lot of craziness happening at the moment. Matt Yost coming in P2. He's going to be looking to the inside of Tim Henderson now. Coming into turn 1, heavy braking zone. Tim Henderson's locking him up going into turn 1. He saves it. No wall contact. Matt Yost holding on to P2. Coming through the fountain area now. We've got a little bit of bumper business coming on here between Brad Haldane and Gregory Shaw as everybody makes it clean now through turns 1, 2, and 3.
Everybody knows to tell. Here on the first lap, Tim Henderson gets out to this early lead. He's trying to go 3 in a row here to start the fun around and find out Pro 4 series. He is going to continue to lead here into the left-hander. Matt Yost all behind him. Brad Haldane grabbed a little bit of wall. Uphill. We're going to go downhill into the hard right-hander set up for that backstretch. Tim Henderson continues to lead here.
Brad Haldane grabbing lots of wall there on the entrance and exit of that corner. Oh, we got more wall contact back here. That's Gregory Shaw. He's into the fences. Hey, but he comes out of it miraculously, comes back out on track, and coming down the back straightaway. He loses a lot of time.
Wow, as now the lead is heating up here. Tim Henderson, we noted that at the top. Nobody's been able to win both the heat and the main event. Gregory Shaw getting a little bit of curse as we're going through the hairpin here. Lots of contact is made. Tim Henderson defending Matt Yost extremely well as you got Steven Down not having to make a pass through. He might have been all right on that restart as he's going to continue off at P4 as your front 4 are nose to tail here down the front stretch, setting up here for turn 1.
Coming in at turn 1 now, Matt Yost might be setting up to make a pass on the inside. It might not work here, and it doesn't. You can see Brad Haldane back there locking him up, but he makes up a lot of time. He's looking to go side by side with Matt Yost. Not going to happen. Coming through the fountain area now. Something happened to Tim Henderson. Oh, but he saves it. Matt Yost is, there's craziness everywhere happening. Here comes Brad Haldane now coming into P2 as the 70 makes more wall contact and gets into the 09 of Steven Downton. Brad Haldane now, your P2 guy on his hunt for Tim Henderson.
That's exactly what Tim Henderson wanted to see. Is he makes wall contact. Brad Haldane makes wall contact. He wanted to see these boys mix it up so he could check out on him. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to make that much ground up on the rest of the guys behind him. And now he's going to have Brad Haldane in hot pursuit here in P2. Matt Yost falling back to P3 in the clutches of Steven Downton. Wow, this race is heating up as we're heading down the backstretch here on lap 2.
What a great run that Tim Henderson is having right now, even under all the pressure he has been under. Brad Haldane, though, he's going to be his greatest competitor at the moment. Brad Haldane having a very fast Traxxas Fox truck, Pro 4 truck here tonight at Long Beach. We'll see what Tim can do. Oh, they all grab wall contact there through the apex of that corner. Tim Henderson getting that lead back out to 8/10. That is something of breathing room that he needs going into turn 1. Currently on the front straightaway now. Matt Yost, though, still holding on to P3.
Yeah, Matt Yost takes a little alternate line there across the front stretch. He was going real wide up towards the outside wall. Tim Henderson's going to go real light on the brakes, not wanting to overdrive that corner. That's going to allow Haldane to close in here around the fountain. Oh, Matt Yost gives a bumper business to Haldane. He's going to lose a lot of time. That might have helped Brad Haldane. Might have gave him a little bit of a shove, giving him some gap there to himself. As now we're going to go into this right-hander. Henderson continues to lead, but now, oh, Matt Yost grabs a lot of wall contact. Steven Downton's looking to the inside here.
Steven Downton trying to take over that P3 position. We're side by side now, coming into this long sweeping turn. We'll see what Matt Yost can do on the inside with Steven Downton on the inside. They're still side by side now, setting up for the back straightaway. Matt Yost is taking it. No, he makes wall contact. Steven Downton into the tire barriers. Here comes Gregory Shaw all over the rear bumper. They're bump drafted. It's like a mini Talladega with these guys going down the back straightaway as Gregory Shaw still all over the rear bumper of Steven Downton. And coming into the final 8, 9, 10, and 11 as Steven Downton makes more wall contact with the tire barriers. And Gregory Shaw's just trying to find that opportunity to get around these guys.
Wow, these guys are all under a blanket here battling. Matt Yost's going to fight back. He's going to take that position. And Shaw gets by Steven Downton. Wow, what a recovery by Gregory Shaw back into the mix of this race. Matt Yost all the way, or Steven Downton all the way back up to P5. Matt Yost recovers back up to the podium position. P3, as Tim Henderson looks like he's checking out on the field. Oh, Haldane, he gets a lot of rear brake into that thing sideways. Can he continue his momentum? As we're going to challenge here still, all 5 of these guys within 4 seconds of each other here on lap 4.
Brad Haldane on the hunt for Tim Henderson at the moment. Back here, we've got the 45 making lots of wall contact. So does Stephen Downton coming through this long off canter corner here. Gregory Shaw still trying to pass that number 70 car. Modern day Ryan Newman that we're seeing at the moment with this 70 car. Brad Haldane, though, all over the rear bumper of Tim Henderson. They're going to be setting up for the back straightaway. Let's see what Brad can do here. Now on the exit of the corner, going down the back straightaway, not a lot, as we see a little bit of a battle here in the back with Matt Yost and Gregory Shaw.
Yeah, as you see this battle continuing on, Tim Henderson's doing a phenomenal job being real light on the brakes as Gregory Shaw's to the inside of Matt Yost. He's going to clear him. Matt Yost with the crossover. Looking to the outside here into Indy left. Can he make it happen? No, Gregory Shaw is up to a podium position here into the hairpin, setting up his charge for the lead and the double back-to-back wins here at Long Beach. Can he make it happen? We're going to get lap 5 started, this time by the line, as Tim Henderson continues to lead as he stretches that gap on Brad Haldane.
Let's go back and look at Brad and see what kind of line he takes now coming into turn 1. This is going to be very important. Maybe something that he can capitalize on with Tim Henderson in front of him. Nothing's going to happen there as Gregory Shaw also comes through these corners. Lots of contact made with the tire barrier. Stephen Downton keeps it on 4 wheels now. Also coming through the fountain, no more contact made. Brad Haldane all over the rear bumper of Tim Henderson now, coming off through this off-cantered corner. Let's see if he can make up any ground here.
Yes, he can see the lead right in front of him, but he sees that 45. Oh, as you see Matt Yost, he's upside down. Unfortunate, was running so well. He's going to lose a ton of time here. But the battle for the lead rages on. Haldane can see the lead in front of him. He sees the 45 of Shaw getting bigger in his rear view mirror. He's got to make a move, and he's got to make it quick if he has any hope to hold off that 45 and maybe win this race. This is getting exciting here down the back.
And coming into the final corners once again, Tim Henderson proving to be very strong through these corners. We'll see what he can do with all the world behind him. He's got Brad Haldane behind him, Gregory Shaw behind him. Gregory Shaw trying to pull a feature and a heat win tonight. And Tim Henderson trying to pull 3 in a row. Lots of contact made there and lots of opposition. Now coming down the front straightaway, we'll see what Brad Haldane can do going into turn 1.
We are halfway through the feature race. Tim Henderson looking for 3 in a row, continues to lead. Brad Haldane's looking because he sent it in here into turn 1. He's looking to the inside, real heavy on the brakes, sideways. Tim Henderson's going to give him a lot of room. Oh, he gets wall contact. They're going to have to go side by side here through the fountain, and now Brad Haldane to the lead. He gets by Tim Henderson. What a move!
A great move by Brad Haldane going through turns 1. Now, Tim Henderson also has to go on the defensive now. As much as he wants to go on the offensive, he's got a very fast truck behind him, the 45, as he continues to make lots of wall contact. That's not what he wants, not what he needs. Going into the long, open left-hander, Gregory Shaw is there on the inside of Tim Henderson. And going up the hill, the 45 is looking to compete for that P2 position. Now coming down the back straightaway.
Wow, Tim Henderson had the preferred line, but Gregory Shaw, what a move on the outside line, is able to clear into P2. How did he recover so quickly as now he's charging down the back? He sees the race leader, Brad Haldane, in front of him. Tim Henderson's going to try and give him a little bit of bumper business. He runs wide. He might make walk on it. He does. As now Gregory Shaw is going to gap Tim Henderson here as we set up for this final turn, the hairpin. We got the battle for the lead heating up here as Gregory Shaw is going to try and challenge Brad Haldane here with 4 laps to go, this time at the line.
It's going to be very interesting. We have to watch the lap times on the top left to see what's really going on here. Brad Haldane pulling a 132.7 as Gregory Shaw a 133.3. But if we look back at the fastest lap times of the lap, Gregory Shaw a 131.3, Brad Haldane a 132.3. So almost a second quicker that 45 has the possibility of doing as an optimal lap or best lap. Oh, he makes lots of wall contact there. That's not what the 45 needed. nice and clean, smooth and consistent as he continued to make more wall contact coming through this off-cantered corner. More wall contact for that 45 as Tim Henderson continues to hit the wall as well. The 45 is making more wall contact and coming through this corner. He actually doesn't hit a wall that time. And now he has set his sights on a P1.
The desperation has increased. The intensity has amplified as the 45 is pushing as hard as he can to catch this 113. But he's losing time with all this wall contact. Is he going to have any truck left to come at this 113 car? He's not got a lot of time left in this race. Got to run clean, smooth, consistent laps as we're going through Indy left. And then we're going to set up for that hairpin. And we're going to complete lap 7. We're going to have 3 laps to go this time at the line. Does he have anything left with all the wall contact he's made? A lot of wheel spin here off the hairpin.
Coming down the front straightaway now, the gap seems to be ever so increasing. Now on the top left of your screen, Brad Haldane, a 131.7. Greg Shaw, a 132.4. Brad Haldane's getting into that 131 area as Greg was earlier in the race. Greg's got to find something. He's got to find it real quick now as he comes through turn 1 and goes through the fountain area. He's just got to put down some very fast, consistent lap times to try and get back up to that 113.
Yes, he's going to run a real aggressive there in through that turn, and aggressive again. He's not making any wall contact. He might just have found his groove. This truck might just be coming alive. You see Tim Anderson grab the wall there. He's still in that podium position. Stephen Doughton's trying to run him down from behind, but Gregory Shaw through this left-hander, through the hard swooping left-hander, down the hill, setting up to get to the backstretch into this hard right-hand 90-degree turn. He's going to carry that momentum, but he's 1.5 seconds back. He's running out of time, and that gap is just not decreasing fast enough. What is he going to do? Desperation's got to pick up here, as we're going to have 2 laps to go this next time by the line, as we set up for the 8, 9, 10, 11 complex down here.
Gregory Shaw, though, he is closing that gap ever so slightly. He's at 1.3 now, coming through the hairpin. Let's see what this 45 can do. He's got to have a really good exit. It's not looking like he's going to get it. No, he's not. He lost a lot of time through that hairpin. That is something that Brad Haldane wants to see. Now, on the top left there, a 131.6 for both drivers. That's not what Greg needs to do here to get back up to the rear bumper of that 113 of Brad Haldane. He's got to go quicker. He's got to put the pressure on the 113, try to get back up to the front. Right now, still P2.
Yeah, here we are around the foul. Gregory Shaw getting a lot of grass there, trying to make that corner as narrow as he can. He's going to grab a bunch of curb there. He's going to get a little bit of airborne. He's going to save it, though, as he's going to continue here off the next right-hand turn. Get real close to the wall, use up all the track. He's gaining some time. He's got 0.6 of a second taken down there in a short amount of time. Grabs a little bit of wall, using up as much track as he can. To this hard, shifting left-hander down the hill. Can he get aggressive on the brakes like he's been all night long? Brad Haldane goes wide, makes wall contact. He might lose some time here to Gregory Shaw. It's down to a second here down the backstretch.
Continuing to go the back straightaway, Gregory Shaw made up a ton of time through the first half of this track. Let's see what he can do here. Brad Haldane a little bit quicker through this section, but we'll see if Greg's got anything to come back for that 113. He's continuing to cut down this time, coming through these final corners and the hairpin, which seems to be the Achilles heel of the 45, and he gets a great exit. He does. Coming down the front straightaway now, losing just a little bit of time to the 113 as he's now reclaiming it. Maybe a little bit of draft going on there between these two guys on the top left. A 130.9 by Greg Shaw. That's unheard of. With Brad Haldane a 131.9, a whole second. He's got this. He's just got to continue to put the pressure on and pull another great lap like that.
Here we are. We're on the white flag, the final lap of the race, in through around the fountain for the final time. Gregory Shaw down to 0.8 of a second. Now into the right-hander. He's trying to close that gap, applying the pressure to Brad Haldane. Does he force him into a mistake? He's going to get a great run through this corner, carry the momentum, grabs a lot of wall. That's not going to help in his pursuit for Brad Haldane. Now we're going to go into this left-hander. This is where Gregory Shaw's made up a lot of time. He's real aggressive on the brakes. Going to get right up to the inside wall, carry the momentum through this hard carrying, swooping left-hander down the hill. Brad Haldane grabs some wall. That's going to allow Gregory Shaw to close this gap. This is his last big opportunity here down the backstretch. Can he get enough of a toe to close in as we head for the 8, 9, 10, 11 complex? He is gaining that ground. He's a second back. Brad Haldane is going to get real heavy on the brakes. So does Gregory Shaw. He's going to send it in there as we go for Indy left for the final time. I don't think it's going to be enough unless he can set some up here in the hairpin. I don't think there's going to be enough time for Gregory Shaw. He sent it in. It's not going to happen for him. Brad Haldane's going to continue to lead this race down the front stretch. He's going to do it. Brad Haldane is going to take the dub here at Long Beach. What a race.
Stephen Downton does get by Tim Henderson now for P3. It looks like he's going to hold on to it. Stephen Downton's going to round out your podium finishes for tonight.
Wow, the trend continues. Nobody has been able to take the heat and the main event here in the Fun Around and Find Out. And it continues tonight as your winner, Brad Haldane. Wow, what a race.
What a race for sure. Jay, let's go ahead and bring down Steven, your P3 finisher for tonight. Steven, this is Thomas and Jay in the booth. You got a copy? Steven, you got a copy? This is Thomas and Jay in the booth. Well, let's just come on back to Steven here.
I got him.
He's back.
I'm here.
He's
Yep,
back.
sorry.
Back from the dead. Stephen Downton in the 09 Dodge Ram Mopar. Beautiful truck there. Finishing out this run in P3 for the feature race. Man, what a race you had there. Tell us a little bit about your battle that you had with Tim Henderson at the end of the race to claim that final podium position.
Well, actually, so before we start on the feature race, let's go to race number 1. Me and Matt, literally the funnest 7 laps of my life. I don't think I've ever had more fun than that race. Like, we were banging on each other. And then Brad caught up. That was awesome. This race, a whole lot of fun. It's just, it's hard to pass there. So you kind of have to take your chances or either set it up early. And I was trying to a couple times, and then I was going to try to outbrake him going into turn 1 on that final corner, and he actually went to brake early to try to undercut me, and he's locked up and just slid by me. And other than that, like, it was, man, I love these trucks and I love Long Beach. I don't care what we use. I love going to Long Beach. I have so much fun at Long Beach. I just can't. Man, I hope you guys had a good time, because we had a blast. We had a flippin' blast. That was so much fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to call up here in the booth. We saw a lot of battles, even going back to the heat race there was a lot of fun things to just watch and see what the drivers do to get these cars in front of another competitor there. Just overall, a great event that we broadcasted tonight. Steven, though, with this P3 run that you have, though, what does this mean to you? Because, we may have not had a lot of cars tonight, but besides the point, you were very, very fast. And we've got some more road courses coming up on the schedule, right?
Yeah, we got one more street race coming up. Next week is going to be Daytona Dirt Road, and then we go to Bark River, and then we go to Chicago Street. So that's going to be, and these, I think you're actually going to see a lot better races at Chicago Street than we did here at Long Beach, just because we don't have that menacing hairpin that none of us can figure out.
Yeah.
These trucks handled great, like nimble creatures all the way through the track, and then we got to the hairpin, and all of a sudden we went from these agile, nimble, ninja-like vehicles to school buses with flat tires. Like, it just, we couldn't get them to turn. We were doing everything. We were hitting the wall. We were slamming e-brakes. We were using each other. No matter what we did, every time we exited that corner, it always looked ugly. It just was so bad. But other than that, I'm kind of excited. Daytona Dirt Long is going to be interesting because there's going to be some asphalt and dirt plus a jump. So little bit of uniqueness. I'm just glad that you guys are having fun because we're having fun.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right. So hey, look, Jay, that's all I got for Steven. What do you got for him?
I just want to say congratulations on your run tonight. You guys put on a great show, especially in that heat race. Wow, that was just as much fun up here calling as it sounds like you had behind the wheel. And we cannot wait for next week and to see you guys perform again in the next one.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, guys. Yep, both races count for points, so we're gonna give it all we got in both races. So this was fun.
Absolutely, your P3 finisher for tonight. That is Steven Downton. Congratulations again, sir, and we hope to see you in the next one.
Thank you, gentlemen.
All right, a great run by the 09 truck tonight. I actually had a lot of speed, something to build on when we go to the Chicago Street Course. Maybe we'll be seeing that 09 winning a race there. Absolutely. Here we got the 45. Let's bring him up. Your P2 finisher for tonight. Gregory Shaw, this is Thomas and Jay in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, a great race that was put on today. Look, I know you had to start in the back. You overcame a lot. This has got to feel like a win to you. It's got to.
Yeah, I mean, we were right there. Getting a podium is honestly like what we go for in these. I think that's kind of the mindset of most dirt truck drivers, especially these guys here. Of if you got a podium, you're good, just because of how close the racing is and that. And I mean, we got put into the fence and we were able to get back, so I'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, nonetheless, you had a great recovery from. You won the heat race. You went into the feature. You had a kind of a bad start there, but still, to recover to P2 and have that type of points day, I mean, that's got to be just awesome to be able to come back and do that. But nonetheless, why don't you describe to us a little bit here about what you needed, what you had to do to try and get back up to that 113 to try and contend for the win of this race?
Yeah, I think if we didn't smack the wall so many times, I was getting yelled at my ear about 5 laps straight of stop trying to beat down the fence. If we would have stopped doing that, and there was a couple of times where we kind of just missed our mark, that we could have had it. I mean, even having that setback at the beginning of the race, we had the pace. I think we were almost a second quicker than Brad. So it is what it is. It was a good racing by him. He had the defensive line. We couldn't even get up to him towards the end. He definitely had that truck figured out, and we came home second, and we'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, congratulations on your P2 finish tonight. Jay, that's all I got for Greg. What do you got for him?
Yeah, I just want to say congratulations on your P2 finish. What a job. What a recovery. Great show that you put on tonight for everybody at home watching. We really enjoyed it up here in the booth, and we cannot wait to see you in the next one.
Yeah, we'll take the truck down to Florida and hopefully do well at Daytona. So we'll see.
Absolutely. We'll see you in the next one, Gregory. Congratulations again.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
All right, that was your P2 finisher for tonight of Gregory Shaw. Let's go ahead and bring up your race winner, Brad Haldane. Brad, this is Thomas and Jay in the booth. You got a copy?
How's it going, boys?
Congratulations on your win. A very, very fast truck that you had, but you got to tell us, what were you thinking with the 45 car coming up behind you? Did you feel like you could hold them off? You ultimately did, but what was going through your mind there for the last 4 laps?
I was pretty much just praying for the checker to come out. I was waiting for that white flag and then the checker to come out. Just get it done and over with so I can get the win and walk on out of here. But no, he had a fast truck. He had a lot faster truck than I did. And with the invert for the second main, I think he just ran out of time and I think he might have got hung up a little bit in the end there with getting through the field, but I was able to come across and thankful for that.
Yeah, absolutely. You and your truck tonight still extremely fast though. How much time? I'm just curious. How much time did you put into this setup?
Not a whole lot, honestly. I was been with the dirt setups. It's a bit different. Not ever actually driving this truck on asphalt until pretty much tonight. I was just going through it. I went with the baseline road course setup that they have on here, and I just kind of played with that just a little bit, and I don't know. I drove it, tried to find the smooth line around it, and that was it.
Well, pretty remarkable and great driving skills coming out of this 113 truck tonight. Jay, that's all I got for Brad here. What do you got for him?
Yeah, Brad, I mean, in the heat race, you got a little bit of a setback. You recovered all the way to P3, then you come out here and you win the main event. You had to earn that one. You had to get by Tim, and then you had to hold off Gregory Shaw there at the end. So I just want to ask, who do you have to thank for your amazing performance here tonight at Long Beach and getting the win?
Oh, this Fox Body truck was absolutely fantastic tonight. I couldn't ask for a better thing, and honestly, it was more or less just trying to keep it straight and keep it smooth. That was about the only way to get around this track easily for tonight, and I was thankful to come out with the win.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations again on your win. It's a great points day for that 113 truck. Brad, congrats, and we hope to see you in the next one.
Thank you, sir. See you guys later.
All right, your winner for tonight there, Brad Haldane. Man, Jay, what an absolute race that we saw tonight. I mean, just these drivers coming out here, and I mean, it was just like these cars, these trucks, they're just absolute units. I mean, we saw single cars hit the wall like 40 times, and they're still trucking on and competing for wins. I mean, just insane. We saw a crazy heat finish there for P2. We saw a great run by multiple cars in the feature race. Overall, a fantastic race.
What a great night of racing. I mean, we start off in the heat race, and we have instant action from lap 1, battle to battle, door to door, just slipping and sliding, using up all the track, a little bit too much track in some places, like you said, getting into the wall. We saw Gregory Shaw kind of take the lead there from Steven Down when he had his trouble, and he checked out on them boys. But he had a little bit of that curse, you can't win the heat and the main event, it seems, in this series. It's so difficult. The best iRacers in the business. Brad Haldane ends up having a battle by Tim Henderson, who was looking for 3 in a row. Got by him, and then a hard charge, and Gregory Shaw had that mistake at the beginning, drove all the way back up to P2, but Brad Haldane did a phenomenal job to hang on to it at the end of that race, got to the end, got to the checker flag, takes the win here in race 3 of the Fun Around and Find Out Pro Trucks. Here at Long Beach, just an amazing night of racing. Couldn't ask for anything better than the Nexus Sim Racing League.
Absolutely. We're going to round out this broadcast now. First off, I just want to thank everybody who came out and watched our broadcast tonight, everybody who liked, commented, and subscribed. We truly appreciate it. It means a lot to Jay and I and our channel here that we're trying to build. So thank you for that. I also want to give a big shout out here to Dallas Seward being a great member of our channel, a great supporter. Also, you can see him on a few videos that we have on our channel as well. So thank you, Dallas. I also want to come out and thank the King of Camo. If you guys want anything from mild to wild on any sort of firearms customization, make sure you guys hit him up. We got him linked in our channel. So make sure you guys go over there, give them a like, comment, and subscribe. Tell them the Dega Boys sent you. It means a lot to them. It means a lot to us as well as we continue to build this partnership with them. So make sure you guys go on out, give them a like, comment, subscribe. Tell them the Dega Boys sent you. And give them some support over there as well. We'd like, again, to thank everybody who came out. Watch our broadcast. It means a lot to us. If you guys want to join the channel, make sure you guys hit that join button at the bottom or right below the broadcast here. You guys can, there's lots of options for everybody here to help Jay and I, support Jay and I in our quest to help build this channel. So make sure you guys check that out. We also got a store set up with all of your favorite Dega Boys merch. So make sure you guys go and buy a sweet t-shirt out of there or a hat. Man, they even make coffee mugs. So make sure you guys go check that out as well. What else we got, Jay? Oh, hey, let's talk about the podcast for a minute. I'll let you call away with this.
Yeah, so tomorrow night, every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we're right here for our weekly podcast. Talk about all the racing going on in the world. We had some great racing this weekend with the Charlotte Roval. Formula One was in action. And we're also going to preview the races this weekend, especially the one that we're going to have a watch party for on Saturday. It's Petit Le Mans for the IMSA series, the season finale. It's going to be a great race. We're going to be here live Saturday, watch party for the end of that race. Big, heavy, loaded, stack filled. We'll preview it in the podcast tomorrow, and then you can come enjoy that race with us again on Saturday. And we've got all kinds of cool stuff to interact with. We got Driver of the Week, Bonehead of the Week, our infamous Radioactive of the Week. So make sure you go check out those polls and vote on those and give us your pick for the Radioactive Week. Maybe you'll get a shout out tomorrow in our podcast. Make sure you tune in. You don't want to miss it. Some of the best takes in all of motorsports. We are the hub. You don't want to miss it.
Absolutely. Make sure you guys do tune in for that watch party that we're doing this weekend. Lots of fun. We talk about a lot of things, not just Petit Le Mans either. If you guys come on there, come talk with us. Give us some talking points. We'd love to chat with everybody in the chat, and we appreciate everybody who does come out. This has been Thomas and Jay in the booth with Dega Boys Broadcasting. Thank you again, and we hope to see you in the next one.